What is going on, guys? So, what a shit show of a 24 hours it's been. We've had this feminist, Kim Gehrig, who ran the Gillette marketing campaign. Yes, someone was stupid enough to let her have the reins on that one. And we also discovered that the tags on the Gillette video were Gillette, anti-harassment, stop harassment, anti-bullying, stop bullying, modern masculinity, crisis of masculinity, manhood, masculinity, Me Too movement, empowerment, campaign, diversity, empower, commercial, inspiration, Gillette commercial, Me Too. Those were all the tags in the Gillette video. Ridiculous, right? And I went over onto the Gillette Facebook page, thought I'd check out everything that's going on there. And I came across this one guy who said, "Good ad, don't sweat all the crybabies having a meltdown because they feel attacked. Their response shows exactly why ads like this are needed." So I just responded and said, "Brandon, did your wife's boyfriend tell you to write that?" And then there was another comment that says, "Does Gillette not realize that most of the men who like this probably don't have enough testosterone to create facial hair? Also, the women who like this probably have no man to shave for." Oh, savage. Another guy, Radical Ed, said, "Is this the best a man can get? I'm asking myself while I look at today's slutty, insecure, makeup-obsessed, zero-personality, overweight women. Please make an ad for women where you teach them to read some books and don't just use the internet to upload pics to Instagram. So maybe I'll actually meet one who can hold a conversation." And then someone else said, "I work for Procter & Gamble, the company which owns Gillette. I have to tell you that this stuff goes all the way to the top. A vice president said in a 100-person meeting that she will never promote a white man again. There was a diversity training I was forced to go to that put up two pictures, one of a white male team and one of non-whites, and we were asked, I know it's an obvious answer, but look at these two teams. Which would you rather work with?" Then they hired a black intern right out of college. He was decent but not great, and had his summer boss give him an offer letter. The salary was 15% higher than the manager, which had worked for the company for 13 years. The manager quit 2 weeks later. The project they were working on fell apart. I've never been more miserable working anywhere in my life. That's very telling, isn't it? Now, the purpose of this video today, because I didn't cover everything I wanted to cover in yesterday's video. Now, I know some of you guys aren't a Piers Morgan fan, and yes, he's been a massive cuck in the past. But I'm seeing some stuff from him lately that is making me question whether he's not turning and coming back on our side somewhat. Now, he was on there with Peter Lloyd, and there was a couple of femtards. Or at least I'm going to call them fembots, because if any of you guys have seen the Austin Powers where they've got the fembots, they all look the same, they all say the same thing at the same time, and they're all out to destroy men. Fembots make sense, right? Piers Morgan furiously clashed with a Good Morning Britain guest today over a new Gillette advert which tackles toxic masculinity. The shaving brand's powerful hashtag #MeToo inspired message promo addresses issues such as bullying, sexist behavior, and sexual harassment before reworking its famous tagline to ask, "Is this the best a man can get?" Piers said, "What Gillette is now saying, everything we told you to be, men, for the last 30 years is evil. Now you're all evil people. You're all toxic with your masculinity." He added, "I think it's repulsive. The implication we have something to apologize for, all of us? Shut up, Gillette. You spent the last 30 years telling us to be masculine. There is nothing wrong with being masculine. Now you want us all to feel sorry and apologetic? Sorry, no, I'm not going to." Well said, Piers. Journalist Harriet Minter, who is a Minger, I'm going to show you a picture of her. Check out this fucking rotten little feminist here. All right. Journalist Harriet Minter was left open-mouthed when author Peter Lloyd, you know, the guy who once said, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist." Remember that guy? That's the Peter Lloyd I'm talking about. Journalist Harriet Minter was left open-mouthed when author Peter Lloyd argued the razor brand should make an advert showing the, and I quote, worst of women, including fake rape allegations. But she was told to let Peter finish after Piers laid into her about being angry at the suggestion of an advert showing women's bad qualities. Oh, kind of hurts when it gets thrown at you, doesn't it? Right now you got like a little snippet of the bullshit we're subjected to on a daily basis. Peter argued, you could teach women not to make false rape allegations, not to commit paternity fraud, not to deny fathers their right to their children after divorce. This advert is really dangerous. This politically motivated war on men is very malevolent. Harriet angrily replied, 6% of rape allegations end in conviction. That is appalling. It is appalling and revolting. Well, guess what, Harriet, you moron? We're not talking about your little agenda today. We're talking about the Gillette ad and the message that sends forward. So shut your mouth and stay on topic. Piers then cut in and said, no, because of the premise of the Gillette advert is that all men are predators until proven otherwise. Look at how angry you were. Look how you erupted with rage at Peter's suggestion that he makes a commercial which focuses on bad women and how they can be better. Having won Piers over with his argument, Peter then turned to co-hosts Susanna Reid and Harriet and fumed, you two identifying as feminists, pointing at Susanna. You've got 3 sons. Where's your outrage on this matter? Defending herself, Susanna said, hang on, Peter has just made an allegation towards me as being a mother of 3 boys. So you're not a mother of 3 boys? Because that would be the only allegation I picked up in that sentence. And if you're not a mother of 3 boys, then would you not just, if you don't want to be the mother, then pass it on to the father? But oh, you don't want that, do you? You don't want that. Here we go. Hang on, Peter has just made an allegation towards me as being a mother of 3 boys. I think this is celebrating the spectrum of masculinity. I totally understand you have your viewpoint and you've asked me to explain mine, and I think it's very important that men don't feel trapped in a certain expectation. I don't want them to have a certain vision of masculinity. They can be sensitive and loving and caring. Peter said, breaking news. While Piers argued that there is nothing wrong in encouraging men to be successful and all those qualities too. Gillette has faced a backlash since the ad's release, with some men vowing to now boycott the shaving firm's product. Not just Gillette products, but Procter & Gamble, period. Guys, check out the video from yesterday. I've actually put a link to Procter & Gamble's brands so you can check them out and decide which ones you don't want to buy anymore. Interesting. Critics taking to social media claim the brand has insulted their own user base. Yeah, that's exactly right, you dumbasses. One person tweeted, get woke, go broke. I will no longer be using your products. I'm not a bad person because I am male. Very well said. Very, very, very well said. Now, I've also put a link to Piers' written response to and a follow-on to what he said. And it's actually a really good read, even if you're not typically a Piers Morgan fan. Go and check it out. It is worth having a skim over. Now, just so you can get the energy of these femtards, I'm gonna quickly play this video for you. Here we go. Where are we? Oh, God.
Upgrade at Toyota's 2018 plate clearance.
No, I don't want to watch a Toyota ad with a chick driving a Hilux. Fuck off. Let's, we're almost here. Hang with me, guys. This is the beauty of live videos. You can't plan this shit.
I've never seen a top female company like Gillette aimed at women for personal hygiene or whatever, starting a commercial with a basic premise that women are bad things?
I would love to do that. I would
many adverts.
I could write the treatment for that advert. You could teach women not to make false rape allegations, not to commit paternity fraud, not to deny fathers their rights to their children after a
See, why are you laughing?
Well, we could also.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm laughing.
That is the worst. That is the worst.
6% of rape allegations in this country end in conviction.
Straw man.
But there are still.
Appalling.
But there are still. His
That
point.
is appalling and revolting.
No, Harriet. No, Harriet. No. Because actually,
why can't that be?
Because actually, the premise of the Gillette ad about men is that all men are predators, right? Until proven otherwise. What Peter just said. Look how angry you were. Look how angry you were.
I am because.
No, let me finish my question. Let me finish my question. Look how you erupted with
Feminists
rage at Peter's
accusing people of false
suggestion that he
logic.
make a commercial which focuses on bad women and how you can be better.
I erupted
right?
at rage.
You were angry,
I'm
very angry.
I'm super angry. I am angry that Peter is saying that this advert, which shows men at their best,
It doesn't show men at their best.
It doesn't show us at our best. No,
it doesn't show men at their best.
It shows
I'm
men
sorry.
behaving badly and other men standing up to it.
This advert is really dangerous. This politically motivated war on men is very malevolent.
Totally agree.
And you have to look at it in the context of men are killing themselves at a record rate.
Partly because of the pressure on them
excuse me,
to
let me
be
finish. There are 15 men who kill themselves every single day, and part of the reason for that is this constant narrative, this constant misandry and man-hating in the media. And you two, identifying as feminists, you've got 3 sons. Where's your outrage on this?
Okay, and I'm sorry, Piers, where's
Because
your
I think it's
example of
about
this erupting
celebrating.
rage?
Hang on, Peter's just made an accusation towards me about as being a mother of 3 boys.
But you are a mother
I
of 3
think this
boys.
is celebrating the spectrum of masculinity.
No, it doesn't.
I don't.
There's no such thing as a spectrum of masculinity,
understand
you
that you have your
fucktard.
viewpoint, but you've asked me to explain mine, and I think that it's really important that men don't feel trapped in a certain expectation
That is
and
so
pressure.
patronising.
What's the
Okay,
expectation?
well, hang on.
What's the
But
expectation?
you've asked me to explain.
Yeah,
my
what is the
view about this.
expectation?
I don't want them to feel trapped in having to achieve a certain thing or be a certain vision of
Yeah, don't
masculinity.
encourage
I
them
think
to succeed.
They can be sensitive and loving and caring, and that is not
Who's
something
saying
They could be walking vaginas like their mother.
Can't be that and also want to achieve. What is
you
wrong
say that-
with encouraging young men to want to be successful?
What's
to try and make the
wrong
best
with
of their
encouraging them
lives?
to be
Gillette used to be the best a man can be.
It's
Now it says
masculinity.
you're the worst that men can be, and here's how you get better.
Interesting, right? Interesting. So, I mean, look, I think we're seeing the start of an enormous backlash against feminists. Like, this chick, Kim Gehrig, who did this ad, she had no clue. She had no clue that what she was actually going to end up doing when making this feminist propaganda, what she was going to end up doing is totally exposing feminists for the hateful bitches they are, including the male feminists. They're little hateful bitches as well. Little manginas. Right? She fails to see how the creation of this soft male and the beta male has failed. Right? Interesting. So, I mean, look, I have a feeling there's going to be more things that actually come out of the woodwork over the next few days. But, it's heating up. It's getting real interesting. It's getting real interesting. Because heads are going to roll over this at Gillette. You know that, right? Especially when the stock prices start to plummet. And I had a look at the stock price, right? And what's funny is that I saw there was a little spike on the day that the ad launched. So there's obviously some people that jumped on, right? It was like, oh, this is going to be great for Gillette. But now it's going to go. And just got someone ask if there was a link to the video. It is in my previous video that I did yesterday on Gillette also. So go check that out. Look at my channel. So yeah, what do you guys think? I reckon things are shaping up really interesting. When we've got Piers Morgan attacking feminists, that's when you know feminists really fucked up to the point of no return, right? And even women are slamming Gillette. Like, there's a lot of women praising them as well, but like, oh, this is a fantastic message, but they're dumbass feminists who have been to uni and have been indoctrinated. So, you know, when there's a tsunami, and you know there's going to be a tsunami because the tide just keeps going further and further and further and further and further and further out until it's way too far out, and you're like, shit ain't right. That's what's been happening, right? The water has been slowly creeping and nobody's been paying attention, but I have. Some of you may have as well. And we are about to see the biggest backlash in 100 years against feminism in 2019. The tsunami is rolling into shore and it is unstoppable. We are fighting back, men. We are fighting with our wallets. We are fighting back with our words, right? So when people talk about toxic masculinity, I say, well, there's nothing toxic about anything to do with masculinity. Masculinity is inherently positive. So therefore, toxic masculinity is an oxymoron and you're just a moron. And I find that's actually won me so many arguments because people don't know what to say against that. Because I'm using logic, not feelings. And some of them get really angry, but some of them just realize that they've been owned. And Swiss dude with the $7 Australian donation says, today's beer is on me. I appreciate you, Swiss. Thank you so much, brother, for that kind donation. And thank you again to everyone who donated in yesterday's video. I really appreciate it. And someone commented in the Gillette ad, my wife's boyfriend loves this ad. And they're deleting thousands of comments. But the thing is, right, at this point in time, and they only put the video up, what, 2 days ago? Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look at exactly where we're at in terms of the numbers. Because I reckon the numbers are going to be insane by now. Let's have a peek, shall we? There we go. We believe the best men can be. And let's not forget, this feminist spastic that was actually part of the Gillette ad. Mark Needham with $2 donation says, sons of planet Earth, women are evil. Yeah, look, look, there's plenty of good women, there's plenty of bad women. It's either way, but feminists are pretty much scum of the earth. Unless they're egalitarians, but they think they're feminists, but that's in the minority. Anyway, we have 560,000 downvotes on the Gillette ad. 560,000 downvotes so far. Apparently there's 1 million dislikes, the rapper 10,000 says, but they reckons they're deleting them. I don't know how you can delete dislikes. I'm not saying it's not possible. I just don't know how that can happen. So, yeah. I mean, they've got 207,000 likes now. So I guarantee you what's happened is a bunch of feminists have gone in their little stupid everyday feminism pages and said, everyone go and upvote the Gillette ad because it's such a good feminist propaganda film, right? But the thing is, these feminists are not the one buying razors because they don't shave, because they're hairy beasts. So, it's going to be real interesting to see what happens to Procter & Gamble after this. All right, guys. Oh, hey, oh, shit, what was the other? Oh, there was one other thing. Please tell me I can find it quickly. Because someone put an epic comment that I read. Wonder if I can find it here. Nah, can't find it. It's all good. I'm sure I'll find it eventually and I'll probably bring it to your attention. But for now, I'm going to go, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in. If you do want to donate outside of the chat, paypal.me/SydneyMGTOW. I believe I have an email right now that I need to check before ending. I've just got a comment. Oh, wow. Whoa. Hang on. we have breaking news. Breaking news. Hang on. Let me just do a quick search on this. Newtown Fire Station. Toxic. So Newtown Fire Station got political. Looks like they got roasted, apparently. I'm going to go check this out right now. Just go turn this aircon on. Newtown Fire Station forced to remove toxic masculinity notice board message. Wow. Let me just let me pull this up. Newtown firefighters have been given a slap on the wrist after pushing their personal and political agendas with a message on their notice board. Wow, I unfortunately, I don't believe I can actually see any more because it's behind a paywall. But just to give you a bit of background, Newtown is like the epicenter of cucks and feminists in Sydney. All you see is like, you know, these degenerates that should look like women walking around with green and purple and blue hair and fucking big nose rings and huge hoop earrings. Like, you know, I mean, not to disrespect anyone who, you know, has hoop earrings or nose rings or whatever, but when you combine all that shit in a really distasteful way, it looks terrible. Terrible. So, yeah, that's the go. I told you there's going to be more revelations as time goes on, and it just as well, correct. This video was not about hating men. It was about hating white men. If you pay attention, in fact, after this, I'm going to go and link a fantastic video that Paul Joseph Watson did today. Even if you're not a Paul Joseph Watson fan, this is a fantastic video, very revealing, and he really serves it to them and shows all the stats on how many white men are shown to be bad and how many black men are shown to be good. It's really fascinating. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'm not going to drag this on, but I'll catch you very soon. Check out the Piers Morgan piece written in the low bar. Like I said, I know some of you aren't Piers fan, but it's a really good read. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.